Kevin, well, now we're going to turn our attention to round 3 of the hurling qualifiers. And we begin with the clash of Cork and Wexford. It's their first championship meeting since the 2004 All-Ireland semi-final, which was won by Cork. Commentary here comes from Ger Canning.
Big leap in the air, that was beautifully taken. Redmond now. Good looking shot. And David Redmond puts it over the bar and ties up the score at 2 points apiece. His first point of the match made possible by this huge leap in the air over there. Good possession won by Wexford, and that's a great shot from a fair old distance out. Here's Egan. Again, smartly in there as far as Luke O'Farrell, trying to round his man, who's O'Hanlon. It's good play. It's finished beautifully. Well, Luke O'Farrell has shown a penchant for being able to get goals, and there's another. That's controlled there by Cadigan, and then supported here by Lorcan McLaughlin. Oh, it's a poor ball. He's given it to Sean Murphy. Neatly in here. Oh, what a response there by Diarmuid Ling. Well, this is a player who's playing in his 25th match today in the championship. Missed all of last year when he was away, but he's come back, and he's come back with a bang. And it's 1-2 to 1-2, and there are 14 minutes gone in the match. Cork have it back. It's Niall McCarthy again. Slipped in here towards Keane, towards Pat Horgan, in fact. Came out. It's going to drop short, and it's followed in there cleverly. And Luke O'Farrell's got another one. This ball from Pat Horgan, lobbed in there. The goalkeeper came out, should have got to it. He didn't, he hesitated, and it was flashed into the back of the net. 2-3 to 1-3. He's going to drop this one about 25 metres from the Wexford goal, down to Cian McCarthy. Kicking it inside. Luke O'Farrell's there. He's got 2 goals already. He's surrounded by Wexford players, tried to dish it off, and the referee has given a penalty for a foul. He held on, and the Wexford backs tried to be disciplined. Eventually, there was a foul on him, and Johnny Ryan from Tipperary has given a penalty. And the player is going to take it is the goalkeeper, Anthony Nash. And a chance for Cork to get their 3rd goal of the game. Nash, 2 points to his credit from frees from last week. Looking for his first ever championship goal, and boy has he got it. When he lifted it, it went way in front of him. It wasn't 20 metres out, more like 15. Back to a 4-point game again. Went off Egan. Line ball to Wexford. Diarmuid Ling is going to have a go. Oh, nothing is beyond him. Brilliant. Goal from open play, and the 2 points from sidelines. Nothing's beyond him. Terrific. And under pressure immediately here, Shane O'Neill. Slipping the little hand pass down towards Lorcan McLaughlin. That was a high challenge by Diarmuid Ling. And once again, Anthony Nash, the goalkeeper, is coming out to take it. As Anthony Nash drops it in there and drops it over the bar. How about that? A goal and a point for the goalkeeper. Into the corner. That's one for Liam O'Mcgovern. Looking for his first point since being introduced as a substitute. And how about that for an intro? So it's back once again to a 3-point game. Tom Kenny now. Down towards Luke O'Farrell. So productive in the first half. And such a threat to Wexford on every occasion. He goes by O'Hanlon. Hand passes it inside. And eventually put over the bar by Conor Lehan. He's got a 2nd point. There was a goal there for the taking, I feel. Big jump in the air by Richie Keogh. Didn't get to it. Darren Stamp covers. Tidy player. Oh, he's given it away as I mentioned that. An untypical error straight to Niall McCarthy, and McCarthy gleefully puts it over the bar. I'm not sure what Darren Stamp was thinking there. Look, he went back, got the ball and tried to pick out a colleague just beyond Niall McCarthy, but gave it to the Carricktool player instead. Up as far as Rory Jacob, gone on ahead of his man who's Damien Cahalane, and he hits it inch perfect over the bar. First of the second half for Rory Jacob, and that's 3 in all for him, so it's now a 5-point game. Into space, beyond Moore. Well, that was a thump into the back there of Keith Rossiter, so it's going to be a free to Wexford. It's going to be Owen Moore who will take. He's going to lob it in, I'm sure. See if they can get a goal out of this somehow. And they might, and they do. Garrett Sinnott who got to it, and Garrett Sinnott who finished it in past goalkeeper Anthony Nash. Jamie Collin, clubmate and Newtown Shandrum. Now can he put this one over? He can. It's a remarkable score from out near the sideline. Jamie Coughlin or Jamie Collin, depending on which part of Cork you're from, put that one over. Collin, this time it's Park Cronin, he's already got 1 point, and he's now got himself a second. As Diarmuid Ling plays it in, just delaying the inevitable, I feel, as the referee blows his whistle, and it's victory for Cork over Wexford. Full-time score here, it's Cork 3 goals and 24 points, Wexford 2 goals and 17.
We've been getting a bit of criticism for not getting goals, but in fairness, in the first half, Luca Farrell was outstanding, and when the chances came, they took them, and that's a boost for certainly, and we're very pleased about that.
I suppose we gave Cork goal chances in the first half, and they took 3 of them and gave us an awful uphill battle for the whole game. And in the second half there, things were just Cork hit the ball and it was going over the bar, but that's what comes with confidence. But I'm delighted with our fellas the way they reacted to the 3 goals that went in, and it's upwards and onwards for Wexford.
Yeah, probably tough times for Wexford hurling. Were Cork better all the way through, Eddie?
They were, yeah. I think they were superior through the match. I mean, the goals ultimately were the difference. I suppose Luca Farrell is a fella that's, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a good player. I think what he has is he's an eye for a goal, and he got 2 last night. The second one particularly very opportunistic, following it up, good play, and maybe a mistake by the Wexford goalie. But when you look at him, the 3-7 in the first half, the goals obviously, the penalty, a bit of a dubious call. I don't think it was a penalty, but however, they turned around the second half. They had to put on a few extra lads, and they clocked up 17 points in the second half. So I think all in all, it was impressive enough with Cork. They're building every day. I think that their confidence is increasing every day they go out, and I think they're definitely moving in the right direction. But the first goal here, Luca Farrell, I think young O'Hanlon just hesitated for a split second. That was enough. Luca Farrell is fairly fast on his toes, and it's a good finish out of him. And this here is just, I suppose the goalkeeper really has to come and maybe take man ball and all, take everything in front of them, But their work rate was good as well last night. They forced a few mistakes out of the Wexford defence.
Yeah. What do you think it had done?
Well, the game lacked a little intensity, Des, but once Cork got the 2 early goals, right, I think they were in the driving seat from then on, and, as 17 points in the second half is very good scoring, but there wasn't a huge amount of pressure on them really. But you'd have to say Liam Dunson, I think Wexford fought away and they fought hard till the end, but they're a Division 1B team, and it'll take a year or 2 for them to get back on their feet. Well,
if I was to ask you then, what were the positives for Wexford? That's their season gone.
Well, there was plenty of positives, because they scored 2 goals and 17 points, and as I said, they never gave up. They fought right to the end, and it's a fantastic goal here coming from an initial mistake by Lachlan McLaughlin. Here the defence gets into all sorts of confusion here, right? Rory Jacob picks the ball. There's a yard or metre of space there, maybe on Cadigan. I think a little bit of confusion. Sideline ball. Jack Guiney unmarked again. So catches and sticks it straight over the bar. So Wexford were forcing the pace that time. No, they were never going to catch up in Cork, but I thought the Cork defence, right, afford them a little bit of latitude here and there. Rory Jacob with another good catch, a turn and a strike over the bar. So I think that when Cork are looking at the video of this, they'll see that there were a little bit of slack here and there, and that's another goal there from Garrett Sinnott, high ball in. Again, somebody should be at least up there and I won't say manhandling him, but any fullback,
that is what you're saying,
will be doing something just to prevent them winning the ball cleanly. And I think that's a feature of the game that they'll have to tighten up and not give any space. There was countless times that Wexford
be a bit more cynical.
I wouldn't say cynical.
What would you say?
Cynical.
I'm interested now.
A little bit more. How will I say? You know, I don't know. Is there any word?
Take
for
your time.
it?
A
little bit of you know, making sure the man doesn't win the ball. That's all about full back play. You don't have to win it yourself. Just make sure he doesn't.
I suppose you look at, you know, 2 balls went in there, the edge of the square. Not too many caught him over the rock, you know, or you know, or even, you know, I'd say Wayne Sherlock and lads like that. They got tight on their men, and that's something that, you know, Cork will have to brush up on further development. You know, they're a young team. They're young. Cahallam was in full back last night, and I think Cadigan was kind of playing as a bit of a sweeper at times. And as Donald said, they maybe got their wires crossed, but you know, to give someone that 2 or 3 yards under a high ball, you know, Mick Jacob caught 2 of them, a very good one, uncontested, and that can hurt you on a bigger day. You know, there's other days that would really hurt them. So that's something they have to.
Is one game enough to learn about that before they go into the quarterfinals?
Well, I think it is really dead right. But as I said, I mean, to me, Barry Murphy said it there, and I think his attitude probably was, look, we had 2 matches, Offaly and Wexford. Cork, you know, there was no real atmosphere. I think they felt coming up they were going to beat Wexford no matter how they played, within reason, and they got there without expending too much energy. But you know, they were over at Wexford from the front and from the throw-in. So, but these are areas that they'll have to tighten up. And if you come up against the likes of Tip or Kilkenny or the teams that are left there, and you give them that latitude, well, they're going to punish you.